Badass thing I own, but not made for me. Hey, insert funny insult here. I'm not creative, sorry. But you're honest. You are honest, and that's great. Last podcast, you were talking about badass things you own, but that you secretly know weren't made for you. I have a dirt bike that I know was definitely not made for me. Dirt bike, that's a badass thing to have. I'm 26 and live in Norway. When I was 19, I decided I was going to trade in my then almost brand new dirt bike for this piece of junk 30-year-old dirt bike. Why? Well, because for some reason, I had to get myself a two-stroke. So for those of you who don't know what a two-stroke is, that's basically every time the piston comes up in the cylinder, the spark plug fires and sends it down, and then it comes back up. One, up, bang, down, bang, as opposed to a four-banger where it spark plug fires, it goes down, comes up, comes down, goes back up, fires again. Basically, two strokes. I don't know if environmentalists didn't like them, because they were burning like twice as much fuel, obviously, I think, or burning more fuel, and they were bad for the environment. But everybody I know that rides bikes says as loud as they are and shit, they're awesome because they have like this fucking jump to them. So anyway, I ended up with a neglected and worn down KX500. Back in the day, the 500cc two strokes were the top class in motocross and just about anything else dirt bike related. Basically, I spent way too much buying this bike, and I spent an even more insane amount of money just restoring it in a shed on my parents' property. Dude, this all sounds like badass shit. You bought an old bike, and now you're fixing it up? Anyway, when I show up at the local track, everyone looks at the bike like, holy shit, it's a 500. Then when I actually ride it, they're like, holy shit, this guy sucks. Oh. Well, you're the mechanic. All you have to say to them is, did you build your fucking bike? I restored this thing, okay? Maybe I'd ride better, too, if somebody gave me one that was already built. All right, you blonde dirt bike driving cunt, whatever the fuck you say in Norway. But honestly, I don't care. The reason I wanted a two-stroke was because I think they're more fun and I'm having fun. And when I'm riding my 500, and why should I care what everyone else thinks? You shouldn't. I remember vaguely something about you asking for advice on dirt bikes, particularly two-strokes versus four-strokes. Neither of those matters. At the end of the day, they both require regular maintenance, and the better care you take of your bike, the longer it lasts. The only thing that matters when buying a dirt bike is ergonomics. Get a bike that fits your size and then replace the springs with springs that fit your weight. Look at this guy. He's a gearhead. This is great. By the way, I hope that you make it back to Norway soon. I loved your show in 2019, especially the one story you had about the Icelandic lady that asked you to push her down a hill. I was in Norway in 2019? I guess I did. I did a run up there. Yeah, the Icelandic lady asked me to roll her down the hill. I remember that. Fucking weirdo, man. Anyway, we're getting up against it here. I actually was on the Ducati website the other night. I want to buy a Ducati, buy like a street bike, then just ride it around the little fucking airport where I, fly helicopters and shit. And I'll just be safe there, It's just too, it's too cool a thing to not do. I just don't want to get killed, So I basically don't have the balls to do it. But so if I did that, that would literally be a thing I shouldn't own. But at some point in my life, I do want to ride a Harley Road King on the street, and I also want to ride a Ducati at some point. I just rode for so little in my life, I'd be afraid to get on a bike of that stature and fuck it up. Not even myself. I mean, just do something stupid and fucking, I don't know what. But I definitely miss it. I got a little four-wheeler I bomb around on every once in a while.